welcome back to the Amiga Dividers Classic, and thanks for joining us today. It's been a couple of months since we last saw you at a European Tour event. What have you been up to since then?
Yeah, it's a couple of months since I've seen the outlet really, so just trying to settle in Florida and Old Palm and relaxing really, getting away from golf, but still playing quite a bit. It's easy to go and play there and throw your shorts on it balls. So that's about all I've been doing.
And how's the game feeling coming into this week?
Pretty good, yeah. Certainly not as rusty as I normally am, so yeah, I'm looking forward to playing. And, you know, this is somewhere that I've enjoyed playing and had some success at, so you know, I've had a chance the last few years, and it's nice to be back.
Like you said, a really good record here, runner-up 3 times. What is it that you particularly like about this place?
I don't know, I think it's just really fair. You know, you hit the fairways and you hit the greens, you give yourself lots of birdie chances and you can score low. If you start missing fairways and you don't hit it so well, you know, it becomes a tricky course fast. So, you know, I think it rewards good play.
We'll take some questions. If you just raise your hands, please. Yep, see.
Moving the kids over, they're about, what, 8 and 11?
8 and 11, yeah.
8 and 11?
That was always sort of the main concern, but they've settled in very quickly and they're loving school, so that's the most important thing, really.
You brought them with you just, you know, a lot of guys have places abroad, play there, and head home, do the commuter thing. You've obviously got the homestead workshop. Why?
Yeah, but that's for sale, so.
Yeah.
I'm not planning on spending any time there, really. You know, Florida's home, and that's where I'll commute from. And you know, I'm maybe down the PGA Tour this year, so.
You're all in.
Hi, Lee.
Sorry, Wendell.
In your entire professional career, you have missed playing Dubai only once, I think, in 2002. Do you remember what was the reason? Was it some kind of injury or?
Do you know, I don't remember. Is that the year I played San Diego? You know, Torrey Pines, Buick, I think it was then.
We're opposite.
Yeah, so I think at the start of that year I decided to play a bit more in California, and I think back then it was either up against this or the week before this, or maybe just the week after, and yeah, I think I played Pebble Beach and LA Open, yeah, Torrey Pines, the Buick. That can be the only reason that I can think of.
Hello. Lee, Sarah here from Arabian Golf TV. Can you please tell us why you think this year will be different?
To
the last 3.
Well, I hope it's not too different. I've played pretty nicely in the last 3, but...
Yeah, but we want to go for a win this year.
Yeah, I'm all for that, yeah. I'm with you there. I like the way you're thinking. Well, I mean, you know, I've played a lot more this winter than I would normally play. And it's a place I love. You know, I lost to Miguel in the playoff in, I don't know what year it is, we're all blending in a bit now, but a few years ago, and I felt like I should have won that one. And then last year, you know, just put it off for the last round and lost by a shot. I had plenty of chances, so you know, I feel like I've let a couple slip there. So hopefully I won't make the same mistake this year.
You can hear me.
I can hear you.
Okay.
So everybody else can hear you.
You got a birthday coming up. It's one of those ones that's got a 0 on the end of it. Any plans, or are you freaking about that at all, or just a number?
It's just a number. I'm not freaking at all, but I hope somebody's gonna make some plans, because I haven't made any. I wouldn't want it to go by without, you know, a certain large size celebration. So hopefully somebody will surprise me. But you know, I'm not worried about it being 40. You've done all right since you were 40.
I've been the one after that, actually.
Still looks great. So, yeah. I would imagine the majority of people in this room are over 40, so you know, I'm no different to anybody else, really.
Speaking of 40, obviously the major question always coming up to the beginning of the year, I mean, is that any more motivation trying to get a major before 40 or your 40th year?
Well, I've only got one chance, so that'll be putting a bit of pressure on myself. But no, I mean, you know, I try hard every year to win major, so you know, it's just trying to find that little spark that takes me from finishing second and third in a few to winning one.
Just to follow up, I mean, obviously you made a lot of changes, changing coaches, changing locations. I mean, how are you feeling? You talked a little bit about.
Well, I haven't really changed coach. I've just done away with a few.
Okay. The changes you made last year.
You know, it makes a big difference, isn't it? You know,
exactly, of course, yeah.
going to another coach and trying a new method, or you know, just taking on board what people have told you and working with that. There's a massive difference, really.
Sure.
You know, I'm not making any big changes as such.
How would you, after PGA, when you missed the cut, you talked about wanting to make a lot of changes and frustrations. I mean, how are you feeling coming into this year with Masters? Obviously, you tied for third last year, so I mean.
Well, everything feels in good shape, yeah. As good as it has done for a few years, and I think, you know, part of the reason for moving to Florida was so I could work on my game a little bit more. You know, even the time off and have a few more games of golf, because I wouldn't play ordinarily when I'm at home and work. So I think it was about a foot of snow there last week.
Yeah.
When I had shorts on, you know, playing with Luke Donald last Wednesday, for instance. So, you know, there's always games about if you want a game, and you know, that should stand me in good stead for this year and the early part of it.
Where have you played down there? You played at Bears Club with Luke?
Pardon?
Bears Club with Luke?
No, we played at Old Palm.
Oh, at your place?
Yeah, at our place, and I played on the 2 Trump golf courses down there, Seminole. Where else? Trying to get used to Old Palm, so I can take people's money off them.
How long-
Rosa Forte, mainly mine.
When did you move in?
Well, we moved into that house, we were in renting, we moved into a house on the 14th of February.
Of